Hello and welcome to Clash of the Dice. I'm James, and this is a series of videos in which I look at an Age of Sigmar model kit in the context of the game Warcry. So by that I mean I'm going to look at which books you'll need in order to use that kit in a game of Warcry, what you actually get in the box, and what fighters you can build from the contents, and then a judgment as to whether or not I think it's good value for money for Warcry. In this episode we're going to look at the Harbinger Age of Sigmar 3rd edition starter set. You will obviously need access to a copy of the core rules for Warcry, because this is an Age of Sigmar starter set, not a Warcry starter set. This starter set includes some of the new Thunderstrike Stormcast Eternals and the new Kruleboyz Orruks. The rules for those are found in the Tome of Champions 2021 book, which has all of the points costs and all of the stats for the units that you can get in this box. But if you're wanting to play the narrative campaign style of gameplay, then you might want to consider getting the Sentinels of Order book and or the Harbingers of Destruction book. Otherwise you're just stuck with the Fated Quest from the core rules and the Fated Quest from Tome of Champions, which doesn't give you a lot of selection if you're wanting to do narrative campaigns. So looking at what fighters you can make from the contents of the box, we'll start with the Stormcast Eternals. You get 5 sprues, which is enough to make 10 models, and from that you can make 3 different leader options. First of all, you can make the hero from this box, which is the Lord Imperatant. In the smaller warrior starter set you got a Knight Arcanum, so that's replaced in this box with the Lord Imperatant, and on that same sprue you also get a Gryph-hound. The other leaders you can get the Vindictor Prime, which again is exactly the same as the warrior set, but in this box you also get a set of 3 Praetors, and one of those can be built as a Praetor Prime. For other fighters, you get the same 4 Vindictors as the warrior set, and as I've also said, you get the Gryph-hound. With all of them, there's options for helmeted and bare heads. As with the warrior set, you can build the Vindictor Bannerbearer as a regular Vindictor. Because the Vindictor Bannerbearer is not actually playable in Warcry, there are options on the sprue for that, and both of the primes, the Vindictor Prime and the Praetor Prime, like I say, you can build those as the standard versions of those models, or another Praetor or another Vindictor. Now interestingly, the sprues you get for the Praetors are the same as those for the separate Praetor kit. So as we discussed in the warrior starter set for the Gut Rippers, the sprues you get for the Gut Rippers are not the same sprues as you get for the separate Gut Ripper kit. The Praetors are. So the sprues you get in here are the same as the separate kit. Now in terms of points total, this is enough for you to make a minimum of 1,610 points. If you choose to build one of the primes and use that as a champion, you'll get a few more points than that, but it's a minimum of 1,610 points for 10 models. So all in all, 3 different leader options and 3 different fighter options. Moving on to the Kruleboyz, you get 5 sprues for a total of 22 models, and amongst that you get the same sprues for the Gut Rippers as you got in the warrior starter set, so that's enough to make either 10 Gut Rippers, or you can build one of them as a Gut Ripper boss with a Wicked sticker, and the other Gut Rippers are all armed with Wicked stickers. There's no loadout options for those, they're just those monopose models. You get 2 sprues of Hobgrots, and there's enough there to make 10 models, one of which can be a Hobgrot boss. However, the Hobgrot boss is not a leader, which makes sense because Hobgrot should never be in charge of proper Orruks. But yeah, you can build either 10 Hobgrot Slitters or one of them as a boss. There are options for a Standard Bearer and Musician, but they are not playable in Warcry, so it's then up to you as to whether or not you want to build them as musicians and standard bearers if you're going to be playing Age of Sigmar, which why not, because you get the Age of Sigmar rulebook in this box. But yeah, if you're just going to be playing Warcry, you might not want to build the standard bearer or musicians, so they are options. You can just build them as Hobgrots without making them standard bearers or musicians. Now interestingly, these are the same sprues that you get in the separate Hobgrot kit. They are push fit, easy to build models, but they are the same as you get in the separate kit. Just in the separate kit you get twice as many of these Hobgrot sprues, but they are the same as the separate kit. And then finally you get a Swamp Caller Shaman, and you get that instead of the killer boss that you get in the Warrior starter set. And likewise with the Swamp Caller Shaman, on his sprue you also get a Potgrot, which, just like the Shaman replaces the killer boss, the Potgrot replaces the Stabgrot. And again, all of these models are playable in Warcry. The rules for them are in Tome of Champions 2021. So in total, that's 2 different leader options, the Swamp Caller Shaman and the Gut Ripper boss, and 4 different fighter options in the Potgrot, the Gut Rippers, the Hobgrot Slitter, and the Hobgrot boss. And all of that makes a minimum of 1,940 points. Now, that's going to be a little bit more if you add the Gut Ripper boss, instead of just him being a regular Gut Ripper. But that's plenty for a fated quest, so you're allowed a maximum of 20 models for a fated quest. You get 22 here, with 2 different leader options, plenty of fighters. So in terms of general value for money, this starter set is twice the cost of the Warrior starter set, so is it twice as much value? Yeah, I think so. It's pretty good. You're still getting 2 more war bands for a relatively cheap outlay compared to buying the models individually, the kits individually. I mean, even the Praetor set alone, the Praetor sprues you get in this is exactly the same as the separate Praetor kit. So, and the separate Praetor kit itself costs half as much as this set. So that alone makes it good value for money, because you're getting everything else at a significantly discounted price effectively. The Hobgrot sprues are the same as the separate set, but you're only getting half as many of them. But for Warcry, you're probably only going to ever want 10, so you're not going to need a full set of 20. If you are into Warcry, you're going to be getting Tome of Champions 2021, so you will have all the rules for using both of these factions from that book. The mats that you get in the box, they are again paper like they are with the Warrior set, but they are at least the right size for Warcry, so you get some different scenes for fighting your games on. And on top of that, it's a starter set for Age of Sigmar, so you're going to get the rules for Age of Sigmar. So if you want to branch out or branch up from Warcry, skirmish game, up to a full big battle game, you've got the tools to do that, in as much as you get the core rules for Age of Sigmar and you get the stats for using these models in Age of Sigmar. So, great. Now, in the next video, I'm going to be looking at the final of the proper Age of Sigmar 3rd edition starter sets, the Extremis starter set. The Dominion starter set I'm probably not going to cover because that was a limited run and they're a bit hard to come by. I just want to concentrate on stuff that's readily available. But as with a lot of the other GW kits, this is one of the starter sets. You don't have to get it directly from GW, so you can get it from a discount retailer. So if you can get it from a discount retailer, great stuff, even more better value for money. So that was the Harbinger starter set for Age of Sigmar 3rd edition. Thank you very much for watching. If there's a Age of Sigmar kit that you want me to review in the context of Warcry and how it fits in Warcry, please let me know in the comments below. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. Please continue to like, comment and subscribe, and until next time, God bless.